So in this lesson, we're going to work on the legs, the hips, the feet, the lower part of the body. In Tai Chi, in what is called the Tai Chi Classics that were written in about the 16 or 1700s, there's a famous saying, if there is an error in Tai Chi, look to the legs and the waist. This is the foundation. Tai Chi is not about waving your arms around. The foundation is built in the feet, the legs, and the hips like this. So that is what we're going to work on first. Now there's a very, very simple exercise that will give you a sense of how we move in Tai Chi, and also will tune you in a little bit into hopefully the energy moving between the legs. So what I want you to do is, if you have just joining us after doing that standing posture, so you're about shoulder width apart like this, what I want you to do is to transfer your weight to one leg and then step out a little bit wider, step out a little bit wider. So if you were shoulder width apart, maybe half that again, something like that. We want about a medium-sized stance. Of course, these can all be done much bigger or much smaller, higher and lower, but for now, let's just go with a medium-sized stance like this. You're going to sit more into this. Sit more into this. So in the first Wuju posture, remember we were standing quite high. Now what we want to do is stand a bit wider and sit down. Keep your knees roughly where they are, above your feet, and as if you're sitting into a chair, as if you're sitting your backside onto a chair like this. The spine will incline very slightly forward, just a few degrees, not so much like this, but you don't want to be bolt upright with the spine. That's going to cause the back muscles to really engage and tighten up. We don't want that. So allow the body to just incline. If this is completely straight, a little bit forward, just a little bit, to allow the back muscles to release. So what I want you to do is to now place your hands, you can cross your hands and put them where your navel is, in your lower belly. And what we're going to do is begin transferring the weight from one foot to the other. But the way we're going to do this is we are going to move our pelvis. So where our hands are like this, we're going to move our pelvis over from one foot to the other, from one leg to the other. That's the first thing. Now, we don't want our pelvis to be going up and down like this, or turning, or doing anything weird. Keep it absolutely flat, straight for now, as if you were sliding your backside across a table, a low table. So no going up and down with the pelvis. And also making sure that the knee of the weighted leg stays directly over that foot. So begin transferring the weight. 90, 100% weight shift if you can. The way you can check this is get all your weight over. See if you can pick up the heel of the other foot. If you can pick up the heel of the other foot, or indeed the whole foot itself, you know you've got all the weight over. Now, why is getting the weight to transfer so important? There's many reasons. One of them from a health point of view is getting the weight to transfer like this is going to help pump the fluids, the blood, the lymph. Very, very, very important. So transfer the weight. Now, what I want you to tune into while you're doing this, you can close your eyes again as you're doing it. There'll be a rhythm. There'll be your own rhythm. It will change each day. Tune into the speed of what feels good, what feels calming to you. And then once you have that, I want you to take this image that both your legs are they're not full, they're not made of human material. It's like they're two test tubes, and your weight is like a liquid, pouring the weight from one leg to the other. So the weight pours into the foot, then it fills up the foot, the ankle, the calf, the knee, the hip, and then it pours across the hips and into the next leg, filling up the foot, ankle, calf, knee, until pouring the weight from one foot to the next. Again, making sure that your hips stay level, like you're sliding your backside across a low table. Also that the pressure is evenly going into the foot, not going too much onto the outside of the foot or the inside. Pour the weight. Crown of the head has this feeling of being suspended. Pour the weight from one leg. I'm going to pour the weight now, and it's going to fill up the foot. Ankle, calf, glug, 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 knee, thigh, hip, it's full. And then it's going to slide across the hips and pour into the other foot, ankle, calf, knee, thigh, hip, glug, 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 fill up. And then it's going to pour. Tune into this liquid weight pouring feeling. And notice the effect this has on your mind.